Boundless Immigration News, Week in Review, June 25, 2021. Biden administration removes Rodney Scott as head of U.S. Border Patrol. The Biden administration has dismissed Rodney Scott from his position. Deputy Chief Raul Ortiz will replace him. The removal of Scott forges a path of new leadership at the border, whose top-ranking officials are widely sympathetic to former President Donald Trump. During last year's presidential campaign, Scott was accused of partisanship when he appeared alongside Trump, defending some of his hardline policies. Scott said Wednesday that he had received a letter offering him the option to resign, retire, or relocate. There was no reason given for his removal, but Scott described the letter as pro forma. Scott will remain in his position for 60 more days. U.S. extends COVID-19 travel restrictions with Canada and Mexico. All non-essential travel between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada via land or ferry crossing has been extended until July 21st, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, said in a tweet. Meanwhile, Canada continues its tight restrictions, barring U.S. tourists from entering. There are exceptions for those with family members in Canada, foreign workers, and international students. COVID-19 testing and quarantine measures are required for those entering Canada. Travel to Mexico is less stringent, and U.S. travelers are permitted to enter by air. Unlike Canada, there is no need for a negative PCR test and no quarantine requirements. However, many resorts will ask guests to fill out a health questionnaire. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, dropped Mexico's advisory rating from level 4, very high risk, to level 3, high risk, on June 7th, but still advises tourists to be fully vaccinated before traveling. Updates to RFE and NOID policies. USCIS has redacted a former policy by the Trump administration, which allowed adjudicators to fully deny applications without first issuing a request for evidence, RFE, or notice for intent to deny, NOID. RFE and NOIDs allow applicants to provide missing or additional evidence before their application can be denied. The Trump-era policy allowed immigration officers to deny a case based on mistakes or missing documents, even if the applicant could later provide supporting evidence had they been given the opportunity. With the 2013 policy reinstated, USCIS said it hopes that immigration services will improve. Democrats to seek citizenship pathway for immigrants in infrastructure bill. On Tuesday, Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders announced that the Senate Democrats were in the process of crafting a bill that would allow a pathway to citizenship for certain immigrants. While details of the bill are still being worked out, an early draft is calling for $150 billion to go towards immigration policies. Some of that money will be allocated to granting a pathway for citizenship and some to border security. Democrats are still negotiating the bipartisan deal with Republicans. However, those talks are taking longer than anticipated, so Democrats have begun working on a partisan bill that will address their top concerns, namely climate change, immigration, and healthcare. European Union lifts travel ban for Americans. The 458-day travel ban has been lifted, and Americans can now travel freely to Europe. The European Council said in a statement that members of the EU should gradually lift the travel restrictions at the external borders. Residents from the following countries are now approved to travel into the EU: Albania, Australia, Israel, Japan, Lebanon, New Zealand, Republic of North Macedonia, Rwanda, Serbia, Singapore, South Korea, Thailand, USA, and China. The European Council said that countries were selected based on their response to COVID-19, as well as the reliability of the available information and data sources. Those are this week's top immigration headlines. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Boundless for the latest in immigration news. Thanks for watching.